back at Happy Valley on a Wednesday night as we head into the final 9 meetings of the season. A very warm welcome to Racing to Win. I'm Andrew Lejeune, joined here in the studio by our form analyst Paul Lally and race caller Brett Davis as well. Brett, with a feature race, the Cricket Club Valley Stakes. But straight after that, we've got Hot King Prawn going round in the 7th. Yeah,
he's a real draw card, isn't he, Andrew? Hot King Prawn, of course, defeated last start by Wishful Thinker, who came with a barnstorming finish to overhaul him. But coming to Happy Valley and obviously undefeated prior to that, he's a very interesting runner. I think we're going to have a little bit of rain around. The weather's always sketchy here in Hong Kong, and the Bureau generally get it wrong, but it will be wet for me. I'm going to base my tips on rain-affected track. All
right, OK. And a small jackpot heading into the 6 up for.
Jesus, yes, you love those small jackpots. It's 900,000. It's a decent one, I thought, into the 6 up win bonus.
When your contract looks like Andrew's, Paul.
Yeah. And I'm sure Hot King Prawn's going to be a lot of people's bankers, aren't they? Yes. In that 6 up as well. So, yeah, 900,000. You know, as Brett said, the weather could be a little bit inclement, so it might just make it a little bit more trickier than normal.
Yeah. It's all relative with those jackpots, but...
Actually, he's probably on the bigger one, isn't he? I'm the little small man in the middle.
Right. Zach goes in 1 ahead from the meeting, so double on the weekend.
We sort of probably were all anticipating that maybe might be a few more in front. Could only manage the couple on Sunday, so it'll be interesting to see how things unfold and, you know, where there's a bit of chatter on the way to the horses or on the way to the barriers and so forth. But no doubt it'll be a great contest, and both will be respectful towards each other and leave it all to unfold on the track.
Actually, but he is in front. It's the first time Herrera has been headed all season.
Let's not forget there'll be plenty of other jockeys out there as well to make sure that they don't win too many too.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. All right, well, before we get into Wednesday night's programme, let's look back on Sunday on the weekend with our racing review. It was Members' Day at Sha Tin. 11 races on the programme. The Members' Cup was the feature race. And Alkari, with the blinkers on for the first time, saluted for the second time.
It's a good effort, wasn't it, from Alkari? He was strong to the wire. Rocket ran a reasonable race. I get the feeling someone might make him a horse to follow. There was 1 or 2 others, actually, that made ground. Positively High ran on strongly from the back too. But Cruising on debut ran a terrific race, and Alkari had to pull out every little inch of energy to get him.
Yeah, just got him right on the post, didn't he? It was a bob with the head in the end, so it was a good run. I think the first 4 were cleared out from the other one, so good runs from the first 4 in that home.
Well, the blinkers have certainly sharpened him up, Alkari, because he looked, when he won on debut, it was a really impressive performance down the straight. It's just taken him a little while to find the winners once more.
I think he would have got beaten without those blinkers, though. I think he would have been looking around and Cruising would have kicked back on the inside. So really good debut from Cruising, though. He's got a good future here in Hong Kong.
I would have thought so. Another sensational season in the saddle too for Karis Teeton. He's up to 46 winners. He'll get over 50 again, all being equal for the term. Been very consistent since he arrived, and credit to him and his hard work.
Yeah, he had a double on the weekend as well. Let's have a look at the winners. And, well, Little Bird's the one that stand out with a double figure rise. 11 points he got. That was one of Zach Purton's too.
Yeah.
Another horse with blinkers on, Paul.
Yeah, blinkers for the first time. Really sharpened him up. Yeah, it's a decent whack for him, isn't he? Up to 11. Well, up 11, I should say, up to 63. Starship won well. He came from the well back. He's up 5. Master Albert finally won 1, so that was good for his followers. And he got 7-point rise for that as well. And you can see Pikachu up 5 as well in the feature.
Yeah, and of course Exponents, which of course was winner number 70 for Jack Wong, stood up like he'd won the Melbourne Cup, and we can understand why. Graduation day for him. Been a long road, and he'll be well rewarded financially now as well. But it'll get tougher because his claim comes down.
Yeah, he's down to 3, but stand by. We've got more from Jack a little bit later on. Those are the winners on the weekend. See if we can find you some more with our horses to follow. Bit of deja vu here then, Paul, because we've just seen Rocket. We're going to see him again.
He took my line away. I was about to say the same sort of thing. So, yeah, you're right. Yeah, Rocket I made in this one. I thought it wasn't a bad run for him. This was second up. He's only his second start here in Hong Kong. You can see him. He did get a nice run in transit, but I thought he stayed on really well. I mean, Alkari and Cruising sort of paired off in the end. When Rocket, about this stage, he came off their heels. He came down the middle of the track. And I thought he hit the line very well. So up and trip a little bit, I don't think will be a problem for him. It was only his second start here. So with natural and fitness, I think he'll improve as well. So I think he's definitely one to take out of this race.
Yep, and positively high as well, as Brett pointed out earlier on, right down the outside. Very next race, Brett, you found one as well.
Dream come true. This guy took a few starts in Sydney to actually win his maiden at Hawkesbury in the end, over 1,000 metres. Had cheek pieces and a tongue tie on that occasion. From what I've seen of him so far, he looks very speedy, but just lacks that little bit of strength. But his runs have got better. Look at the time here, 1:8.76. That's very fast time. I know the tracks have been a little bit on the fast side, but the horses that have got over the top here, Master Albert, Patch Baby one Paul made a case for, and Roundabout nabbed him for third there, and he's been in really good form. So he could end up being like a Shamal type in the not-too-distant future, dream come true, and he'll win a few races if that's the case.
All right. My horse is not exactly a dark horse. He came in with a fair reputation, but Stimulation, big run first up. But the other reason we're looking at this as well, quite an unusual incident, which I missed live. But you look back at his tail, you'll see flashing around there, a bit of silver. That's his plate. It's about 100 yards out of the gate. He managed to lose it, and it stayed there, tangled up in his tail for the whole race till about the 100-metre mark. When it finally drops away, it's still there now. Pikachu wins. It's off a marker 90 here. It's still there. It's still there. Now it's gone.
I was pretty happy with it pulling his tail, actually, Andrew, because I tipped Pikachu. Imperial Gallantry.
Yeah.
Had he run straight, he would have gone very close to winning that race. We know he's got a big finish too, but it's interesting footage what you showed. He's a nice horse, no doubt.
Yeah, it's all in the Stewards' report there. And he maybe back him up in the Premier Plate at the end of the month. That's over 1,800 metres Stimulation. Anyway, as far as the suspensions of fines are concerned, Alvin Ung picked up a 2 days on Double Valentine. That was from last week.
Yeah, been pretty quiet, really, other than that.
That's good.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Everyone on their best behaviour.
As far as Wednesday night's programme is concerned, there's a couple of horses not going round. All You Know is now replaced by Kiram. All You Know, last start winner. And the other one is Racing Supernova out of that Hot King Prawn race. Racing Supernova out, replaced by Seven Heavens. Now, Birdo Santa doing £3 overweight. So late replacements, and 113 carried 116. Meeting number 80 of the season then. 8 races at Happy Valley. We are on the B course, and we kick things off with a Class 5 over the 1,800 metres, headed by Aeroluminance, who's run up course and distance last time out behind Jolly Emma. There's a number of these coming out of that race. My Blessing back in the Class 5, £10 off for Victor Wong. Sweet Bean, a 5-time course and distance winner. Penzance, third in that Jolly Amber race. Fruitful Life coming out of the Jolly Amber race gets the blinkers back on. Wonderful Chase was a course and distance winner in January. All the way down to Don Wong Choi, who's yet to win in 23 starts. 3 and a bit lengths behind Triumphal Trumpet last time out.
Yes, a nice Class 5 to start the show on 1,800 metres is the distance. B course in use. Good to slow, possibly. I think My Blessing with Victor Wong's £10 claim will find the front. Is there pressure going to come from anything? Probably not. Fruitful Life maybe initially. Don Wong Choi, Wonderful Chaser might be the 3. Aeroluminance should posse up nicely, though, from the gate. Yeah,
he's going well. Aeroluminance, as we said, he ran a nice race last time. The first time dropped into Class 5 behind Jolly Amber, and ever since then he's been doing nice slow work, nothing too serious. My Blessing's dropped some weight. He's dropped 28 pounds. Just thought I'd show you there for yourself.
Positive or negative, Paul?
Yeah, I've got him in the numbers. I don't think it's a negative thing for him. You're just losing it a little bit, but it is a decent amount. And Penzance, another one that's his best run was his last start. Looks an out-and-out stayer, this horse. And 1,800 metres when he stepped up to it, he did OK. Joe Moreira, a bit of rain round there the morning, you can see.
All right, as Brett said, there may well be some around on Wednesday night as well. That's where we'll start with this Jolly Amber race. Aeroluminance, Penzance, Celebration, Wealthy Fortune and Sweet Bean all contested.
Yeah, look, if it is around, Andrew, the rain, we know how well the track drains, so it probably won't be a real issue unless we get a couple of races run in sort of pouring rain. Aeroluminance has touched a good yielding track in the past and been effective. He chased hard here. Penzance has been a horse I've had time for a while. I'm going to throw them both in. I think they'll both be in the finish, and it's a good starting point for Joe and Zach, really, isn't it, in the first?
They've drawn 1 and 2. I think it's an ideal Quinella, actually. I think those two will fight it off, fight it out. It was a really good run there, I thought, from both those two.
My Blessing, dropping in class, got a good record in this grade. He's got £10 off his back as well, just to underline that fact. He likes to get out and lead.
Yeah, this was going to happen, so it'll be interesting to see if a horse like Fruitful Life with blinkers back on does decide to take him on. Victor Wong aboard. I think Victor's still learning Happy Valley. I know he did win the last race with a pretty Bohemia, but there's some of the other rides where he did get off the rail, and I think he's still learning. So I don't think the £10 claims is a massive help at this stage of his career.
Yeah, I sort of looked at it similar. I wouldn't be surprised if he led one, ran a place, or sort of actually made a few errors and took a while to get there and ran 5th or 6th. So I left him out in the end, but he's a chance.
All right, OK. Class 5 to kick us off. Paul, Brett's been farming these Class 5s of
he loves them.
We'll start with you first for your selection.
When you fail on best bets a couple of times, you've got to change things around.
Long shot was good, though.
Long shot was, yeah.
I'll take it.
I think Aeroluminance and Penzance will fight it out. It'll be a good start to the night with Joe and also Zach aboard, but I think Zach will come out on top. So 1 to beat 4. My blessing. I still think he can run well. It's just, as Victor Wong learns more about Happy Valley, I think the better he's going to get, and Celebration in there for 4th. 1, 4, 2 and 8, but I do like the 1 and 4 Quinella.
Yeah, well, I generally like to shop a bit for value now in Class 5s, but I'm not sure there'll be anything here that can sort of lob the win at a massive price or you know, 20s or something like that. I think Aeroluminance or Penzance, one of those two will probably win. I've had probably too much time for Loaded. He just keeps sort of dragging me into him with the way he sort of lets down, like he might ping one day and actually cut them down and win, but it hasn't happened yet. And Wealthy Fortune might be the little value runner for me. Drawn low, he is a horse that's got an exceptional record, good to yielding. A win and a second from 2 starts. Not out of it. If there is a blowout, it'll be him for me. 1, 4, 6, 11.
He's another one that's led all the way over 1800.
Yes, he has. Yeah, when we saw on the speed map they had him back, but that could easily not be the case.
All right. I went with Penzance. I thought he might be in front of Aeroluminance in the run. Might get first jump on him as well, but we will see. That's the Class 5 done with on Wednesday night. Race 2 is up next for us. Down in trip to the 1650. Up in Class 4.